Satnam and welcome. My name is Ann Taylor. It is my honor to lead you in Kundalini Yoga today. Welcome. This is week 3 of our series on spring detoxification, purification. And the first couple of weeks, we focused on the liver, the colon, and other organs as a gross level of clearing and detoxing. This week, we move on to emotional and subtle detoxification and clearing. That can take the form of relationship to ourself, how we feel about ourselves, how we interact with other people, family members, children, parents, brothers, sisters, or romantic relationships, or professional relationships. We're immersed in dealing with other people. And how does that show up for us? Do we have toxic relationships in our life that we need to clear out? What is it about us and what we're doing that's attracting that in? How can we purify ourselves at the subtle level, at the emotional level, to allow our spiritual or Buddha nature to come forward? We'll start off with a pranayama called Nadi Shodhana, which we've done many times before. It's a cornerstone of practice. Nadi, the subtle energy channels of the body. The yogis teach that there's some 72,000 of them. We work primarily with 3 main in Kundalini Yoga: the Ida, which is the feminine cooling side; the Pingala, which is the masculine sun side of the body, the right side; and the central channel, the Sushumna. Then we will move on to Kriya for inner vitality and stamina. So that is a clearing, energizing Kriya. And then we'll move on to meditation. So we've got a lot to cover in this class. Let's begin by tuning in with the Adi mantra. Sitting bones squarely on the floor. Spine is straight, chest out, chin in. Allow the eyes to close, focused at the 3rd eye point. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Deep inhale. Exhale. And inhale to tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo Om Namo Gurudev Namo Om Namo Gurudev Namo Adgirendame Jugadgirendame Satgirendame Sri Gurudev Vendame Adgirendame Jugadgirendame Satgirendame Sri Gurudev Vendame Adgirendame Jugadgirendame Satgirendame Sri Gurudev Vendame. Inhale deeply. Exhale, relax the hands down. Nadi Shodhana. So I'm going to give instructions for beginner and then a more advanced form of this beautiful pranayama. Block off the right nostril. Inhale deeply through the left. Block off the left. Exhale through the right. Then inhale through the right, block off, exhale through the left. So it's a U shape. You're switching nostrils when you need to exhale. The more advanced is to inhale deeply, at least a count of 4, sa, ta, na, ma. Suspend the breath for 4, and then exhale right. So you're adding a step. After the inhale, you're suspending. So it's inhale, suspend, exhale. Inhale, suspend, exhale. You're only suspending after the inhale, not the exhale. I will walk us through a round or two of the basic, and allow yourself to just take a moment. What is it you want to purify? And you don't just ask for the intention. And even if nothing specific comes up, your body will know where it needs the attention. And let's begin. Eyes are closed, focused at the brow point. Inhale deeply through the left nostril. More advanced will hold now. Beginners, exhale through the left. Inhale through the right. Block off the right, exhale through the left. And continue now at your own pace. We're creating an equilibrium between the feminine and masculine channels of the body, of the mind. This practice has been linked to improving heart rate variability, reducing cortisol levels, and enhanced cognitive function in addition. It's a practice I do daily, and even if you can only do a few minutes of it, it's worth the time. Pranayama also is helping to detox us at the physical level by enhancing the lymph node drainage and oxygen exchange. If your mind wanders, simply notice, no self-criticism, and bring your awareness back to the breath, conscious breathing. How is your relationship with yourself? Do you have a toxic relationship with yourself? By that I mean, do you criticize yourself? Are you your own worst enemy as far as berating, belittling, chastising yourself? Or have you learned to accept yourself as a human being with faults, giving yourself compassion is healing the toxic relationship? Or perhaps you lack boundaries with other people and you tend to let them push past where they should. Self-love is a very pure relationship. When you truly love yourself and accept yourself and have compassion, you're able to do that for others as well. As we continue breathing for the last 3 minutes of this beautiful pranayama, Finish your pranayama with grace and ease. And now relax the breath. Just breathing normally, allowing the eyes to remain closed, focused at the brow point. Kriya for inner vitality and stamina. The first part of this Kriya is going to release energy that may be trapped at the navel center. We'll begin by coming into a downward facing dog or triangle pose, except we will be on our fingertips and the tips of our toes. So, I need to modify slightly on my hands. So if you're able to just cup your hands and put them on the floor, that's what's recommended. And then you're going to be swinging your behind as if, imagine you have a big lion's tail and you're swinging it from one side to the other. Breathing normally. See if you can make a rapid movement. Starting slow and then speeding up as you're able. If you're comfortable doing so, allow the eyes to close. If you need them open for balance, let's always, as always, use common sense and let the yoga meet you where you're at. Allow the hips to open. Dropping into your body, out of your mind. And just play with it. Pick whatever animal you want, but just so that it has a nice, long, and heavy tail that you're just batting around. One more minute. If at any point you feel a little bit dizzy, stop and then just visualize the motion. And slowly come out of the posture and come sitting in easy pose. Allow the eyes to close and be with your experience. Okay, the next exercise, you're going to hold your elbows and the forearms will be at the level of the diaphragm. They naturally fall there. You're going to lean back 60 degrees. So that would be, if you're looking at the face of a clock, approximately 11 a.m. And then you're going to begin rolling your shoulders forward. And let's begin. Eyes are closed, focused at the brow point. The chest is out, the chin is in. Keeping the neck straight, the chin pulled in. If your focus should wander, simply notice, renew your focus, roll your shoulders forward. Inhale and relax the posture. And now we come into baby pose, and then transition into lotus mudra. This is a posture that I cannot demonstrate, but I can tell you how to do it. So sitting on the heels and bringing the forehead to the floor. And if you need a block or a pillow, you don't want to be craning your neck too much. Clasping the hands. So starting in baby pose. And you may remain in baby pose if you so choose. Others clasp the hands, and then you'll raise your arms up perpendicular to the floor. My arms do not come up that much without pain. If yours come up straight, that's fantastic. You're going to just relax into this posture and breathe deep, long and deep. And for this, I'm going to just remain in baby pose. Keeping the breath nice and long and deep. Some of you may have shoulder issues. If you do, be very careful. Always listening to your body, going as far as you're able to without pain. And slowly come out of the position, coming into easy pose. The next exercise is called lean back lotus. If you are able to sit in lotus without pain, crossing, I used to be able to do it, but it's too painful now. Anyway, it looks like this, but I can't stay in that without pain. So I'm modifying, as always. Allow the yoga to meet you where you're at. Okay, so when you're in that position, you're going to lean back, as the exercise implies, on your forearms. So the upper arm should be perpendicular to the floor, and then your legs are in lotus or half lotus. When you get into a comfortable enough position, begin long, deep breathing, relaxing the breath. Now, if this is too challenging as well, you can modify further by stretching your legs out. The head does not lean back. The head stays somewhat upright. Breathing long and deep. Allowing yourself to go into a meditative state. If your mind is busy, as you inhale, vibrate mentally Sat, and exhale Nam. Silent vibration. Twenty more seconds. And carefully come out of the position. Straighten out your legs. Inhale and bend over and reach wherever you're able to. If you can put the mudra of toe lock, 2 fingers around the big toe, and breathe normally. Long and deep, no breath of fire. And allow the position to be relaxing, not overly stretching. 30 more seconds. Allow yourself to go more deeply into the experience. And slowly come out of the position, returning into easy pose for the final part of this Kriya, which is a meditation. Placing your hands in prayer pose, you will be inhaling, suspending the breath, and then pumping the navel. The eye position is to focus at the tip of the nose. So your eyes will be 9/10 closed and just focusing on the tip. If you don't see the tip of your nose, or if that's crossing is painful, just pick a spot on the floor. And let's begin. Inhale and then pump the stomach. When you need to exhale, do so and begin the cycle again. And now, once you have your rhythm, imagine 30 trillion points of light in and around you, purifying light, cleansing light. And allow the hands to rest, the breath to just become normal, eyes closed, and just be with your experience. Today's meditation on the self with a capital S, the higher self. This meditation has postures. So it is designed to help improve digestion, and it will channel overabundant sexual energy. And we begin by sitting in rock pose on our heels. And again, now that we're in the third class, you can modify by putting a cushion under between your heels and your buttocks, or however you typically modify. The focus and the concentration will be on the brow point. The breath will be breath of fire. And ladies, as always, a reminder, if you are pregnant or on your early menstrual cycle, substitute long, deep breathing. Spinal flex, just as a reminder, you're going to rock your hips forward, exhale back, inhale forward, but with a breath of fire. So it might be 2 breaths per motion. Make adjustments as you need to, and let's begin. Eyes are closed, focused at the brow point. The heels are making contact with the buttocks, and there's a meridian there that helps with digestion. So if you're able to sit directly on your heels, that is optimal. And inhale and relax the exercise. Remaining in rock pose, we'll move on to Sat Kriya. The mantra is Sat Nam. Sat Nam. On the Sat, pull in the navel point. On the Nam, relax. So the energy is coming up. Sat Nam. The mudra, interlacing the fingers, extending the index finger, crossing the thumbs. Women, left thumb over right, men, right over left. And please follow my lead. Sat, nam, 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 sat, nam. Inhale deeply, hold the breath, and apply root lock, squeezing the muscles of the pelvic floor in and up, pulling the navel point in. Exhale, hold the breath out and apply root lock. Inhale and come into easy pose. And now we move into alternate shoulder shrugs. And let's begin. Allow the eyes to close. Focus at the brow point. Coordinating the breath with the motion. And relax the motion. And allow your eyes to close. Hands in Gyan Mudra. Feeling the energy flow along the spine. Let the light from your head guide you to your own inner truth, your own Satnam, the truth of who you are, who the Creator made you to be, your authentic self, your higher self. And just be with your experience as we meditate. And now finally, we will conclude before the deep relaxation with meditation to conquer self-animosity. I chose this meditation because I do believe a lot of our toxic relationships with self and others has a root cause of self-animosity. There's a hatred to the self. And that can be that's actually quite common in Western culture, where we don't feel good enough. We feel the imposter syndrome, and we don't really accept our true divine nature. And from a yogic tradition, that is our true self. From a Jungian tradition of psychology, that would be our higher self, that we're looking to move from the ego state to our true nature, to make that transition. The longest road is from the head to the heart. So by helping to conquer self-animosity, we will become worthy of love. We will become worthy of respect, self-respect. If you don't have self-respect, why should anybody else give it to you? Moving into a position that's not inflated. We're not thinking that, we're the greatest thing on earth, but we do have self-love. There's quite a difference between being inflated and having a healthy self-esteem, which will release toxic energy. People who are toxic are not so likely to be attracted. So we begin with 3 minutes. And if this meditation speaks to you, you gradually build it up to 11 minutes, not to exceed 22 minutes in any one session. The eyes, again, will be fixed at the tip of the nose. The mudra is so we're curling our fingers in, pressing the fingers together, and the thumbs touch like that. The mudra is held at the heart center. The breath pattern is to inhale through the nose and then exhale through the mouth onto the fingertips. Completely exhale as you make a subtle sound with your breath. That is the only mantra, is the sound of your breath. And now let's begin. Inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale through the mouth onto the fingertips. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. The eyes are focused at the tip of the nose or the tips of the thumbs, and continue now at your own pace. Resist the temptation to rock your body if you're so inclined to do so, and try to maintain a nice straight posture. And now stretching the arms up over your head. Inhale deeply. Exhale, keep the arms up and take 3 more nice deep breaths. When you're done, come lying on your back for deep relaxation. I will remain seated. You will now be lying down. Allowing yourself to be comfortable. The arms are out to the sides, palms are facing up. The legs are slightly apart. And allow your body to do the work now of the integration. Your body, your mind, your psyche will make subtle adjustments. Allow the yoga to now do the work. And I will add a little music so you know you're connected.
दिसंबर के गुरु नानक लेती है फिर अंगद गुरुदे अमरदास रामदास से होए सहाय अर्जन हर गोविंद नो सिमरो श्री हरि राय श्री हरे कृष्ण दिया ही है जिस दिते सब दुख जाए तेग बहादुर सिमरिया गारनों ने दिया बताए सब ताय होए सहाय श्री गुरु गोविंद सिंह सब ताय होए सहाय दान दान श्री गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब जी 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 Pritambagad December के गुरु नानक लेती है फिर अंगद गुरुदे अमरदास रामदास से होए सहाय अर्जन हर गोविंद नो सिमरो श्री हरि राय श्री हरे कृष्ण दिया ही है जिस दिते सब दुख जाए तेग बहादुर सिमरिया गारनों ने दिया बताए सब ताय होए सहाय श्री गुरु गोविंद सिंह सब ताय होए सहाय दान दान श्री गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब जी 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 अर्जन हर गोविंद नो सिमरो श्री हरि राय श्री हरे कृष्ण दिया ही है जिस दिते सब दुख जाए तेग बहादुर सिमरिया गारनों ने दिया बताए सब ताय होए सहाय श्री गुरु गोविंद सिंह सब ताय होए सहाय दान दान सिमर के गुरु नानक लेती है फिर अंगद गुरु अमरदास रामदास से होए सहाय अर्जन हर गोविंद नो सिमरो श्री हरे राय श्री हरे कृष्ण दिया ही है जिस देते सब दुख जाए तेग बहादुर सिमरिया गारनो निदया विदाय सब ताय होए सहाय श्री गुरु गोविंद सिंह सब ताय होए सहाय दान दान श्री गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब जी 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 दान दान श्री
And now slowly deepen your breath. And begin to make small circles with your wrists and ankles. Stretch your arms out over your head, elongate your spine. Arms out to side for cat stretches, bringing one or both legs to one side, turning your head the opposite direction, and switching sides. Rub the palms of the hands, soles of the feet briskly together. Rock on your spine a couple times. And come sitting in easy pose as we prepare to close the class. Just taking a few moments to consolidate our energies, just mentally reaching out to one another, sending your light in our circuit. Whether you're watching this live now or on the recording. And let's rub the palms of the hands briskly together as we prepare to close with a long Sat Nam, followed by our community time. Inhale deeply. Exhale. And inhale to close. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you for practicing.